Hey everybody, so in today's video, if you could not already tell by the title or the intro to this video, I'm going to be doing a quick dorm haul and then just sharing some of my favorite tips to make your room feel extra cozy, whether you're living in a dorm or you're just kind of transitioning houses or you're just redoing your room. I feel like these tips could really help just make your space feel a little bit more cozy and warm to come home to at the end of the day. So I really wanted to start off this new year with like a clean slate. I talked about that a little bit in my resolutions and reflections video. And right when I was like thinking about like adding some stuff to my room, Society6 reached out to me. They were like, hey, pick some things out, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that's where this video was kind of born. So for my room, I wanted to kind of incorporate a minimalistic clean theme, and I was really inspired by a lot of my goals this year, which was travel and just like feminism and stuff like that, and working hard and reaching my goals. So the first thing I picked out is this marble patterned pillow. It's actually the same pattern as this tapestry, which is from Society6 as well, but I bought that like a couple weeks ago. And when I was looking for this, I was looking under like the minimalism hashtag and like clean, crisp patterns essentially, and Society6 actually had a tab that was just minimalistic rooms, and that's where I found this, and I love the way that this looks on a bed. I think it's so crisp and clean, and it's also very modern and kind of not universal. It's not gonna go out of style though, so I think it's a really, really cool pillow. And I believe I got the 18 by 18 inch size, and it's such a good size. I have a smaller pillow on my bed from Society6, which if you watched my first dorm haul, I believe, it was in that. So I feel like they're really good together, which you guys will see towards the end of the video. So I'm super excited about this. The next thing I picked out is this big print, and I don't have any artwork really in my room. I have a lot of like pictures and cork boards, stuff like that, but I didn't have any art. And I thought that this was really cool. I was looking under the like productivity, like hustle, like all of those tags, just because I really get inspired off of other people, and I think having like a constant reminder like this is really, really cool. So it's essentially just this grayish purple tint pattern underneath the text. I'm not even showing it, geez Amy. And it says, good things come to those who hustle. And I love that phrase. I've seen it a lot on Pinterest lately, and I'm somebody who is very busy. I work pretty much throughout the entire day, and I feel like that's a reason why I have success in my life. So I thought this was a really cool reminder. I'm not 100% sure of the size of this, but I'll leave this and like everything else I mentioned linked in the down bar below if you guys are interested. And I just picked out a black frame to go with it, and I thought it was super, super cute, and it fit the color scheme of my room. As you can see, it's kind of like that purpley gray color, like I said, and it looks so good. And then the last thing I picked up from Society6 is this phone case, and it just says, eat well, travel often, and this kind of gold gradient text on it, and it is so cute. It's really well made. I got the tough one, so it kind of goes over the sides, which I really like, just because I feel like I drop my phone not super often, but often enough to need that extra protection. And for this, I was just kind of searching like traveling and stuff like that. As some of you might know from my social media or other videos, I am studying abroad in the fall in London, and I thought that this would be a really cool reminder just to like, it's just a good vibe for the trip, you know? So I'm pretty sure I found this under the travel hashtag, and it's just so cute. It's very minimalistic as well, and I really love the way that the kind of gold lettering plays off with the silver phone underneath. I think it looks really good and really chic. It's not too much, which for me, I'm not a huge fan of bold patterns and stuff like that. I normally like more simple things. So yeah, I love it. It's perfect for me. So kind of going into some of my tips for having just like a cozy and comfortable room to come home to. My first one would be to have a cohesive color scheme to the best of your ability. Obviously not everything's gonna match, not everything in my room matches, but my theme for this year is kind of neutrals with a tint of purple. Like not necessarily purple, but a tint of purple, which you can actually see in the tapestry that's by my bed and kind of the lettering in the print that I just ordered. It's kind of that purplish hue, and I'm so into it. I think it looks so good. And I think incorporating these color schemes into little aspects of your room, like even cork boards with photos, like one of mine, I'm looking at it right now, it's very like blue toned, and I really, really like the way that that looks. And it's like right next to the print that I just ordered, and I think the color schemes work so well. And just having little things like that throughout your room that kind of go together works really, really well. So my next tip is to not use overhead lighting. Like, I'll show you a quick example, but you know those like big bar lights in your room, if possible. I know that's not applicable for everyone just based on like the corner of the hallway that your dorm is on. So in my room personally, I really like keeping the window turned open and then having like a light on my desk on or near my sink, just because I feel like it's a lot less abrasive almost, and it's just like a lot more soothing in my opinion. So kind of going off of that, my third tip is to have fairy lights or string lights, and I know some dorms don't allow them, so just make sure that your dorm is okay with them, / you're watching them, because they can be a fire hazard if you don't get the right ones. Just putting that disclaimer out there. But kind of going off my last thing, it just makes the room so much more cozy, especially if you're trying to go to bed at night. They are the perfect amount of light to be able to kind of see what you're doing, but also let your brain start shutting down so that the light's not super affecting you. And I love fairy lights. I would cover my entire room in them if that was a practical thing to do. So my fourth tip is to have just cute like candles and decor items around your room. Obviously, if you're in a dorm, you probably can't light candles, but a lot of RAs will let you have them just for like decorative purposes. So there's a spot on my desk, which I use more as a vanity than a desk, but that's neither here nor there. And it has like a gray candle on it with this like copper lid and a like gemstone next to it, and it's on top of this like neutral journal, and I have some coins behind it and like an Empire State Building thing, and I love the way that the colors work together, and I think just having cozy little elements like that in your room brings it together. And then my last tip is to have an inviting bed. So for me, I love white comforters. I think that they're the prettiest thing in the world. It's so not practical. Right now I have chocolate spilled on mine that I spilled last night, and honestly I don't want to pay $3 to wash it right now, so just ignore that in the clips. But I love having just like a very like cloud-like bed with a bunch of pillows and all like kind of pillows that work together. So all of mine are like black, white, gray, that kind of thing. And then it kind of fades into my tapestry, and I think it's so inviting, especially at night. I'm so excited to crawl into my bed, especially in college or somewhere where you're exhausted and you just want to come home and go to bed. It is so nice coming home to a bed that's like cozy and waiting for you with blankets and pillows and stuff like that. So those are all 5 of my tips for having a cozy room, and just some like quick little things that I've picked up recently. Thank you again to Society6 for partnering with me on this video. You guys know I am such a big fan of Society6. I think they're an amazing company. I love that they support the artists that make the work and they pay them, and it's very ethical. They have amazing customer service. They have great return policies. So like I said earlier, I'll make sure to link everything in the down bar that I mentioned in just the Society6 website. You can get lost in there for hours searching for room decor, clothing, phone accessories. They have everything now. I'll also put a code here for 10% off and free shipping, which is actually really nice because especially if you're ordering prints with glass, shipping can really add up. So it's definitely a great deal to take advantage of. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling. If you have any comments, make sure to leave them down below. I'd love to hear them. I will have my social media over here per usual, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.